how do you know when to take off and say, okay, I've worked enough, I need to go and travel. I need to spend that month, those 2 months, those 3 months. That's, I think, this is something that's hard for me to do. And I'm trying to work on that balance, but right now in the current place I'm in my life, I have decided not to go and travel on vacation. For me, I'm in work mode.
Yeah.
And I want to be doing that for the next little while.
Yeah.
Until I have certain things that have been achieved. But it's hard. You get sucked in. Like, I like to work, so I know that if I start seeing some large successes, I'm not going to want to take off, because I'm going to be like, well, if I take off for a month, that's a month I could have been hustling.
That's right.
And then you get lost in the workaholicism of things, if that makes sense. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. I was in startups when I got out of college. I left college with a startup.
Right.
And I was like, I'm going to make millions of dollars before I'm even 30, so that then I can figure it out. Kind of like you put it off. You're like, I know that life is going to be so much better and easier if I have money earlier rather than later.
That's my mindset, to be honest.
That's the mindset. It will keep you from doing things that you probably should do.
Right.
Not because you won't go do it, it's because you won't want to later. There are certain things that right out of college, I was like, I really want to do this, this, and this. I'll give you an example. I wanted to go on this thing called the Yacht Week, which is just like booze cruise, but on yachts in like Croatia. You know, I came across it in college. I'm like, oh, this would be so cool. Today, even if somebody was invited me to go on this Yacht Week thing, it's like house music, EDM, you know, very frat stuff that I'm not exactly into today. And things evolve, so you might not have the same interest down the line that you're putting things off for. So, you know, I make that as an example. It's a cheesy example. I almost don't like using it. But it still holds true. We don't know who we're going to be later on when we're 30 or 35 or even 40, because we can put it off and off, you know, farther and farther. So when we don't get those things done, like the chill travel or whatever it is, sometimes they just never get done, or they'll never get done in the space that, you know, is kind of open for you at that time or in the moment.
How do you know, man? That's the fuckery of it all, because I think it just depends on who you are. It depends what your priorities are. Because every day I spend working, I could be spending in a beautiful country exploring and learning about different cultures. But every day I'm in a country exploring and learning about different cultures, I could be building a life for my family and not have to stress in my 30s and 40s and 50s.
Right.
So it's so difficult. And I think ultimately there's no right or wrong answer.
That's right.
You just have to come to terms with yourself and say, what is most important? Is traveling right now the absolute, or is working hard now so I have more and hopefully stress less and then travel? And it's hard, because I want both, man. I wish I was wealthy right now and I could just travel the world and everything would be blissful and everyone's like, well, yeah, Rafi, so do we. Like, okay, great. But my conclusion for me is that I'd rather put the work in earlier, so when I'm married and have a few kids, work doesn't have a control over me.
Yeah.
I can go and at 4:00 in the afternoon pick up my kid from school, pick up my 8-year-old daughter from school and take her on a fun little outing because I have the finances to do so, and money doesn't have control over me, hopefully. And that's something I have to be conscious of. And I can go to my kid's soccer practice and do all those things. But
you're thinking far into the future, man.
I do that, man. I do that.
I know. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm a man that likes to think into the future, for sure.
But that's what
you'll never know, right?
It really stumps me, man, because I think about it and I see people going on vacations now and going on these trips, and I'm like, maybe I should be doing that too. But then I'm like, no, I don't. I feel like I need to do what I'm doing.
There you go. That's your answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.